Hello, my name is Alex Stoneman. I am a senior undergraduate at Vanderbilt University, and I'm going to be presenting the paper on the effects of player-level matchmaking methods in a live citizen science game. My co-authors are Josh Aaron Miller and Seth Cooper, who are from the Corey College of Computer Sciences at Northeastern University. So as some background on our paper, it deals with citizen science games, which model computationally intensive tasks as games to harness the abilities of video game players, the millions and millions across the world, to help solve real-world scientific problems. And they've seen success in areas such as image labeling, graph theory, genomics, and protein design, among many others. However, most scientific discoveries from CSGs originate within a small subset of them that we deemed live citizen science games. And there hadn't been a definition previously provided in the literature, so we defined them to meet some of the following criteria, including presently playable by the public, active, intrinsically motivated players, and designed to solve novel scientific problems. Moreover, dynamic difficulty adjustment is the phenomenon by which a game's difficulty is continually tailored to players' abilities over the course of play. And a lot of games accomplish this through their level ordering. So basically, as players progress through a game, they're going to naturally get better at it, and thus levels increase in difficulty as well to help meet them at their new skill level. However, that's very difficult to do in citizen science games because their tasks have a naturally undefined level of difficulty. Sometimes their tasks don't even have solutions. That's kind of the whole point of the game. However, we've been able to accomplish dynamic difficulty adjustment in citizen science games through the use of player-level matchmaking. And this process assigns each player and each level a rating, typically ELO or GLICO, and then matches those players and levels for each pairing according to a difficulty curve. So one iteration of that is an example is shown on the bottom, where a user with, let's say, a rating of 100 requests a match. The server will obtain all of the eligible levels for that player. And then based on, again, the matchmaking process like GLICO or ELO, the win probability for each of those matches will be calculated. And then based on the user's rating, we will have a desired win rate calculated from a difficulty curve. And then the closest match among all of these player level pairings will be what's ultimately served to the user. And then following a win or loss, ratings for the player and level will be adjusted accordingly. However, all previous research into player-level matchmaking has been done in offline citizen science games. It's been successful there, but that's not the environment in which we're seeing scientific discoveries. So that led us to the question of, how does player-level matchmaking affect engagement and performance in a live citizen science game? And we decided to do this study in Foldit, which is a live citizen science game whose tasks involve protein folding. And at the time, the Foldit had just released their dojo mode, in which players are continually given puzzles with target scores as a practice for science puzzles that actually generate those scientific discoveries. And conveniently, Dojo uses player-level matchmaking for DDA, so it was a fantastic place to perform this experiment. So we just randomly sorted Dojo players into 4 matchmaking conditions. 2 of them involved player-level matchmaking. The first used the existing difficulty model, which was a logistic curve in which, as players' ratings got higher, they had a lower and lower desired win rate. And we also used a fixed difficulty model in which every single player for every single match, independent of their ratings, had a 70% desired win rate. We also had 2 control conditions. One was random matchmaking, and the other one was a static linear level ordering in which the levels were just ordered by increasing GLICO2 rating. And for all of the players, we measured time spent in the dojo, the number of levels they completed, the highest rating they achieved, and the highest rating of the levels they completed. We collected all of this data and performed statistical analysis. I won't bore you with the details during this brief talk, but we can talk more about it later if you'd like. But ultimately, we did see omnibus and pairwise statistically significant differences. And we found that logistic and fixed conditions outperformed random, but not linear. So that showed that player-level matchmaking is better than just random arbitrary level selection, but that could have just been a product of mere increases in difficulty that are inherent to the logistic and fixed player-level matchmaking. And we also found, contrary to what we expected, the fixed condition did not outperform logistic. So that's just yet another misspun tale for the conference, I suppose. But ultimately, we expanded this research into dynamic difficulty adjustment into a new, more practical domain, which is a live citizen science game. And ultimately, these methods are applicable to a variety of other games. Essentially, if your levels have wins, losses, and skills associated with each level, you can use this method. And we hope that that motivates future research into the field. So ultimately, I want to say thank you to the Rosetta Commons NSF REU program, as well as all of the players of Foldit. Also, thank you very much for listening, and I hope to be able to talk more about this with you during the poster session. Thank you.